Welcome back to Saving the Republic with Joe Staten, presented by Grab Your Gear Network, where we speak to trades workers, merit shop workers, hard workers. If you're a hard worker, if you work with your hands, you get things done, this channel and this network is for you, and so is this show. This show, we talk about current events you might not hear about in the mainstream news cycle, stories that probably aren't being talked about by the main news organizations. So if you want to follow news like that and hear the stories that really matter, make sure you subscribe to the channel here and follow Saving the Republic 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The hottest, the most important news stories you will not hear about. Follow Grab Your Gear on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So, couple massive stories today. Another election update for you guys. 2024 election is 40 days away. 4-0. Is that not hard to believe? It's been 4 years since the 2020 election, riddled with controversy, riddled with just highly contested debate. And we're approaching a new election, a new chance for America to define a new way forward, right? Borrowing a line from Kamala's campaign, but you guys just won't believe what I'm about to show you here, okay? These are two of the most crazy stories I've ever seen, and they happen in the same single day, which is crazy enough. So let's check out the first story here, coming straight from The View. We all know and love our favorite show, The View, Whoopi Goldberg, but look at what Joe Biden had to say on today's episode of The View.
Then he just wouldn't go. He was like a bug. He just kept being there. He was like a bug right there. Zzz. So you felt... then...
Woo, yeah, let's cheer for Joe Biden smashing this bug that is Donald Trump and killing him. Wait, did I hear that right? Say that right? Killing him? Yeah. Killing him 2 weeks after his second assassination attempt, the day after he posts on Truth Social that Iran is coming after him, okay? I'm just going to pull up his post right now so you guys can see this. This is crazy enough. This is worth an episode in itself. But Donald Trump yesterday posted something very interesting on Truth Social, talking about Iran, the threat to his life. See if I can pull it up. It's apparently buried on his page here. But here we go. Big threats on my life by Iran. The entire U.S. military is watching and waiting. Moves were already made that did not work out, but they will try again. Not a good situation for anyone. I'm surrounded by more men, guns, and weapons than I've ever seen before. Thank you to Congress for unanimously approving far more money to Secret Service, 0 no votes, strictly a bipartisan. Nice to see Republicans and Democrats get together on something. An attack on a former president is a death wish for the attacker. So maybe foreshadowing a little bit of his policy there as president toward Iran. I'm sure he's not too happy about getting death threats and attempted assassinations that we probably don't even know about, to be honest with you. We know about 2 of them. But again, getting back here to The View, the hypocrisy is astounding. Just the horribleness of this. It's horrible. The optics of this, you as a Democrat, I don't understand. We get lectured all the time about rhetoric. We get lectured all the time about language, speech, hate speech, right? Inflammatory language, inciting violence. You guys are literally joking openly about killing Donald Trump on national television 2 weeks after he was almost shot at with a freaking AK-47. And we're going to be joking about this. And Iran released a video also that I will pull up here very quickly. They posted a video basically teasing the killing of Donald Trump. Okay? Check this out. They're posting a video basically previewing, sneaking up to Donald Trump's residence and killing him. Look at this. Okay, and fast forward here. There's Soleimani, the guy that he killed Donald Trump as president. One of the top guys of Hamas. Hezbollah, Iran, whatever. Revenge is definite, okay? Openly threatening Trump, and the same day you go out and do this on The View. Whoopi Goldberg, you are reprehensible, okay? Period. You're reprehensible. You can't do this. Period, end of story. You cannot do this. Following on this story, we have an amazing move An amazing gesture from Donald Trump of strength. Okay. 2 hours ago, breaking news. Donald Trump campaign officially announces return to Butler, Pennsylvania, and confirms the rally will take place at the site of the assassination attempt. I'm sorry for the language, but it is what it is. How big of balls do you have to do this? This dude has nuts of steel, okay? Crazy. But more importantly, what this is projecting to the world and to Americans is strength. It's defiance in the face of evil. It's defiance in the face of tragedy. Defiance in the face of fear. We stand up to this. We are not going to cower to this. Fear, that the media is pushing, the lies, the evil that's out there. We're not going to cower to it. Donald Trump is going back to his Butler site and doing another rally right in the same exact site. His statement here says, President Donald Trump on Saturday, October 5th, will return to the Butler, Pennsylvania rally site to hold a rally on this very same ground where he came within a quarter inch of losing his life. President Trump's return to Butler will mark his first visit to the site of the attack since he was struck by an assassin's bullet on July 13th, but was saved in what the world has recognized as an act of divine providence. During his visit, President Trump will honor the memory of Corey Comperatore, who heroically sacrificed his life to shield his wife and daughters from the bullets on that terrible day. President Trump will also recognize the other two Americans who were wounded by the shooter, David Dutch and James Copenhaver. He will express his deep gratitude to law enforcement and first responders. Okay? After not one but two attempts on his life in the past 9 weeks, President Trump is more determined than ever to see his mission through to the end. In that Butler field on July 13th, he took a bullet for democracy, and on November 5th, he's going to save it. Okay, truly brilliant stuff here from the Trump campaign, but truly brave and courageous planning, a truly brave and courageous move by Donald Trump himself. This man's a fighter. This man is a real tough person. I will say that. He's very tough, very strong. And honestly, whatever you think about Donald Trump policy-wise, if you disagree with him on foreign policy, you disagree with him on economic policy, guess what? You can't deny the strength of this person. This is honestly, in my opinion, this is what we need at the helm of our country, leading our country. We need a man who's strong. We need a man who's not fearful. With the world on the brink of World War III, and we have Zelensky coming over here, touring ammunition factories, Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, cringeworthily signing missile warheads, autographing them. No, that's not what we need. Why are you guys endorsing war? Why are you proudly signing weapons and ammunitions? No, we need a man who's going to come in, who's strong, who's courageous, but also wants peace. I mean, I don't understand how the Democrats are pushing this war narrative. They're pushing for just the endless pouring of money and guns and weapons into Ukraine. There's no end goal in sight. Okay? They don't have a stance on Israel and Hamas because it's like dual personality syndrome, This fly loves to fly when I'm recording every time. It's amazing. But the Democrats have multiple personality disorder when it comes to Israel and Hamas because they can't take a stance because their party is so divided. So they don't have a stance. The world is on the brink of war, and Donald Trump is strong and courageous. And that's what we need as president, in my opinion. Poly Market here, updating you guys on the odds as I like to do for the election. 40 days out, Trump is at 49%, Harris at 50%. I really don't buy that, to be honest. Pennsylvania, she's barely ahead, supposedly, in the odds. Same thing in Nevada. Arizona, Trump heavily leading. Georgia, same thing. We had a CBS poll today. A lot of great polls for Donald Trump today, okay? A lot of great polls. Let's just take a look at a couple here. Trump up 2 in Georgia. Tied in Wisconsin. Up 2 in Arizona. And this is a CBS poll, by the way, the Georgia poll. Pennsylvania tied. The last poll was Harris up 4. Trump up 8 among Hispanic voters. This is a Quinnipiac poll. Again, tied in Pennsylvania. Up 3 in North Carolina. I mean, really solid numbers for Donald Trump here. Really solid. Bernie Moreno up here in Ohio, a critical Senate race. Again, tied in Pennsylvania. up to in the general election. Great numbers for Trump. I want to quickly note on the general election, if Donald Trump is up by 2, or excuse me, even if he's down by 2, he's going to be the winner of the Electoral College. There's like a 75 to 80% likelihood, maybe even more, that Donald Trump will be the winner. I think it might even be 90% if he comes within 2 points of the popular vote. There are several polls showing him leading the popular vote. And if Donald Trump is up 8 points with Hispanic voters, this poll here, he had 29% of the black vote. Those are great numbers. Those are really fantastic numbers for Donald Trump. And really, as we all know, if Donald Trump makes it to Election Day, I hate to say that, as crazy as it is to say that, 2 attempts on his life. If he makes it to Election Day, he will be the president. I very almost could guarantee that. He will be the president. I don't think we're going to have as many issues this year with some of the contesting of the election. The only scenario I will say that might come up in that sense is CISA, the Central Intelligence Security Agency, and the FBI issued a warning. I made a video on this in the past that Americans should mentally prepare or prepare for the potential of cyber attacks on our election software, our reporting software that night. But we simultaneously should be okay and trust the results. I don't think those two things can be reconciled. So if there's going to be anything weird with this election, I want to say it's probably going to be cyber. Lord willing, we won't have that problem. Lord willing, we have a secure election that we can trust. But you never know, right? You never know. And one thing I want to say with that real quick here too before we wrap up is the mail-in ballot request numbers are way down from the COVID year. So there's only so much you can do with the mail-in ballots, you know? You can't pump it up as much as it did last time, whether they were legitimate or not. You can't pump in 500,000 mail-in votes at the last second this time around because there simply are not the same amount of requests put in for mail-in ballots. I do want to make a video, and I think that'd be a great video to make, is looking at some of these swing states and seeing how many ballots were requested, because I'm going off Pennsylvania numbers. I think Pennsylvania is about 300,000 or 400,000 less mail-in ballots sent out compared to 2020. So could be lower voter turnout in general overall, but I think that's really just a reflection of the fact that that was really an anomaly election. And so we hopefully will not have any issues with that. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for today's video. A lot of news today. Crazy world we're living in, but let me know what you guys think about all this. I mean, the crazy rhetoric has to come to an end, you know? We have to stop doing this. So let me know what you think about the Trump attempt, the Butler rally coming up, the poll numbers. Is Trump going to win? 40 days out. Let us know what you think down below. Make sure you like, subscribe to Grab Your Gear on YouTube. Follow the show here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I bring you guys Saving the Republics in the evening times, reporting on news you may not have heard about. Follow Grab Your Gear on Instagram and TikTok. We did a lot of work recently with Jack Windsor in Springfield, Ohio, with some of the Haitian immigrant stories coming out of that area. So if you guys want to learn more about that whole situation, check out our other content. It can be found here on YouTube or our Facebook page or Instagram or TikTok. With all that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next show. Take care.